Good afternoon, listeners. My name is Dorothy, and welcome to Wrigley Field. Today's guest, we have a Mr. Lawrence Eugene Doby. Lawrence, it is good to see you. How are you today?
I am doing well, Miss Dorothy. Thank you for asking. It is a pleasure to be here with you today. I couldn't be more excited.
Well, I guess we will go ahead and get this interview started. First question, where and when were you born?
I was born on December 13, 1923 in Camden, South Carolina. My father, David Doby, was a professional horse groomsman. My mother, Etta Brooks, was a stay-at-home mother who worked around the house. Since my father was always traveling to North Carolina, my mother decided to get a divorce and move north as well. Since my parents were always busy, my auntie and grandma decided to take care of me until I was old enough to be on my own.
That is definitely interesting. I did not know that you were born in the state of South Carolina. Now, Mr. Doby, did you attend high school in this beautiful state?
Yes, I did. I attended a school in Camden run by the Methodist Church. This is where I found my passion for sports. Later, I moved to New Jersey to attend high school with my mother. At Eastside High in Peterson, New Jersey, I earned 11 varsity letters in football, basketball, and track. Some would call me talented due to all my accomplishments while playing sports. During high school, I also became the sole black player on the school's football team. Just before I graduated, I finally played my first professional game.
Wow, you were really talented. Not many people can count to 11, let alone obtain 11 letters throughout their high school career in sports. Now, when did you play your first MLB game?
Well, you see, in 1942 and 1943, I was given the opportunity to play second baseman for the New York Eagles before enlisting in the U.S. Navy. After joining the Navy, I returned to the New York Eagles in 1946 and 47, until Bill Beck signed me to play for the Indians. After playing for the Indians, I had the opportunity to play for the Chicago White Sox and Detroit Tigers. I also had the opportunity to play in Japan, and I was the first African American to play on a championship team and hit a home run.
Wow, you definitely had a Hall of Fame career. Now, throughout your career, who will you say was your biggest role model and influence?
That's a tough one. I would have to say Jackie Robinson. Jackie and I went through a lot of the same struggles, being some of the only African American men playing sports during this time period. During my career, I faced a lot of racism, and Jackie Robinson helped me to overcome some of those struggles and have courage to not fight back and let it affect me.
That sounds really awful. I imagine that took a lot of discipline. That was a blessing for you to have such a wonderful role model. Now, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment during your MLB career?
My biggest accomplishment would have to be that I was referred to as the Invisible Man because I fought to bring black players into the Major League Baseball. During my career, I spent hours of traveling on the road by myself and sleeping restless nights in my car due to racism. I also received hatred mail from all over the country because people did not believe a man of color should be playing baseball. But with all that said, I had courage to not let it ruin my dreams of becoming a baseball player. And I finished my career with the whopping salary of $28,000 a year.
Well, you truly are a remarkable baseball player. You have a wonderful testimony that should be told over and over again. It has been an honor interviewing you today, and I will end our interview with one question. If you had to describe yourself with one word, what would that be?
Courageous. I would be courageous because I was a man of color who had courage to not let color of my skin get in the way of my dreams and calling in life. And just like Jackie, I had courage and grace to handle abuse and inspire the generation of African Americans to question the doctrine of separate but equal, and I also helped pave the pathway for the civil rights movement.
Well, you truly were a pioneer in sports and definitely helped break the racial inequality that started off in our nation.
Thank you.
Well, folks, there you have it. That will conclude our interview with Mr. Doby today. Hope you enjoyed this, and please come again for our next guest.